Hello everyone, I'm Rodina Gjuhë, and together we are going to continue with another topic, which is present perfect simple with for and since, and also past simple. The reference book that you're using is Live Beat 4. As we can recall from other classes, we know that present perfect tense is structured by having the auxiliary verb have and also the past participle of the main verb. As we know, the past participle might end in ed or it can be an irregular verb. For negative sentences, we insert not between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. We can see here some examples, and here we are having sentences that are in affirmative form, negative, and in interrogative. We've got two sentences that we can see in the first two rows that are in the affirmative form, which are I have read one chapter of that book. The second one is you have sung that song twice. We've got the two negative examples, which are she has not or she hasn't been to Rome, and we have not played football or we haven't played football. And we also got the interrogative form, which is have you finished or have they done it? Present perfect is used to talk about experience, change, and a continuing situation. We know that there is always a connection with the past and with the present. That's the difference, that's the main difference between present perfect and past simple. At the moment that we use present perfect for experience, we know that we are talking about experiences from the past. We are not interested in when something was done, but it is needed to be known if it happened or not. For example, I have seen an alien. He has lived in Bangkok. Have you been there? We have never eaten caviar. Present perfect for change. We also use the present perfect to talk about a change or new information. For example, last week I didn't have a car, now I have a car. For example, we've got the first sentence which talks about the connection between the past and the present. Present perfect for continuing situation. We often use the present perfect to talk about a continuing situation. This is a state that started in the past and continues in the present and will probably continue into the future. This is a situation, not an action. We usually use for or since with this structure. We've got three examples here. I have worked here since June. He has been ill for 2 days. How long have you known Tara? The situation started in the past, it continues up to now, and it will probably continue into the future. So we know that we can notice we're talking about present perfect by the time that we notice these signal words, which are for, since, so far, recently, still, yet, ever, just. We know that these signal words are positioned differently in the sentence. For and since are two of the main signal words by which we notice that we're having present perfect tense used. We often use for and since with perfect tenses. We use for to talk about a period of time, 5 minutes, 2 weeks, 6 years, and so on. As we use since to talk about a point in past time. 9 o'clock, 1st of January, Monday, and so on. So the difference here, as we can see, is that for is used to talk about a period of time and since is used to talk about a certain moment in past time. Here you can notice some examples which are listed in 2 columns, recognizing for and since. 20 minutes, 3 days, 6 months, 4 years, which are used with for. And then we've got 6:15 p.m. or 6:15 p.m., Monday, January 1994, which are all used with since. Now we'll continue with some examples which are given in present perfect tense and also past simple. Here we will notice the main differences between these 2 tenses, and we will see about the reason why we cannot mix them. The first example says, I've worked on this ship for a month, which is present perfect simple. And we can notice the auxiliary verb and also the past participle, which is a regular verb with ending ed. The next one is, I've saved quite a lot since I joined this ship. The third is, last year I was on one which went round the Med. The fourth is, a few years ago, a TV company filmed some scenes in our village. We can see here that we have regular verb. Then we've got, I worked as an extra in some crowd scenes. Again, a regular verb and past simple. Then we've got the sixth. After that, I signed up with an agency, which is again past simple and again a regular verb. We will continue with choosing the correct options on how to use present perfect, simple, and past simple correctly. We use the present perfect simple to talk about events that are linked to the present. So the second line is the one which is correct. Then we use the past simple to talk about events that are finished. And that's true since we know the signal words yesterday, last month, 2 years ago, and so on, which actually define that the action is finished in the past or was finished in the past. Since is used for a point of time, and then for is used to talk about a period in time. During this exercise, we will practice using past simple and present perfect. Here we've got the interview of Jack Clark, who is a TV camera operator, and here we are going to complete the dialogue with past simple or present perfect simple form of the verb in brackets or short answers. You will be given 5 minutes to complete this exercise. Next, we will continue with another exercise, which is about Steve Norton, who plays bass guitar in the rock band Tastic. Here we will use the prompts to complete the questions and the answers. Then we will practice the dialogue in pairs. The first one is the example of how we will continue with the next 7 sentences. How long have you been part of Tastic? I've been part of Tastic since 2010. Where were you born? I was born in Canada. And we know that this sentence is used in past simple. The next one is, how long have you lived in the UK? I've lived in the UK since I was 6. So we know that we're talking about a point in time, and that's why we use since. The fourth one, who taught you to play the guitar? My uncle taught me to play the guitar, which is past simple. Then we've got, where did you go to university? I went to university in London, which is again past simple. Then we've got, what did you study? I studied music. The seventh one is, how long have you known the other band members? I've known them since my first day at school. And the eighth, when did you start your school of rock? I started the School of Rock last year. So here we can notice different signal words and different specified verbs which give us the hint either we will use present perfect or past simple. You will then continue writing 8 sentences about Steve Norton, summarizing the interview. Thank you all for your attention. Have a great day, and I'll see you next class.